So, Balthier, huh? Well, I guess if you're going to be interested in global second time traveling LD and want to know what I think about it, stick around. I'll start this video off real quick in that I honestly didn't really have any expectations for who the LD user was going to be. Didn't particularly care for any one unit over another in terms of personal favorites, but it's always fair to want something cool. And at the very least, Balthier's LD cast is pretty cool. I mean, look at that animation and that whistle flourish. It's a great touch. As for the attack itself, it's good. 8 group hits and total damage. Party Asuna, more buff stealing, and giving him a full stack refresh of his unique buff if you ever need it. Giving him a unique effect was definitely the play, as while enemy buff slots get boosted up to 8 in the future, buff slots for the party stay at just 6, and Balthier would rather have those spaces available for any steal-worthy buffs. Starting him off with 1 stack of that unique effect and having an increase no matter what was also a smart play, as this is not the kind of LD you'd want to open with. At minimum, this will take 2 actions to max out, and at max it'll take 4. Not the worst thing in the world, but for example, take a look at Xande. With the way that turns work in this game, it may take a bit to get those second and third turns, and Balthier needs to hit level 5 on this effect to make the effects apply for the party. Every level of the effect is totally fine, more offensive power for everyone, and gives Balthier more scaling for his skill 2, and more bravery to fill for his EX especially, which also deals 100% group damage and will enjoy that HP damage boost. And that's about where the majority of my praise ends. While the LD now makes Balthier a capable aura unit and having technically the longest lasting, easiest to apply HP damage up boost available right now, without getting a rework he himself may struggle. To his credit, he has 16 total skill uses without his LD, 19 with it, and a 2 skill recast on his EX. It's like 1 skill and then 2 normal turns. His damage output and longevity are good, but even with an LD, is it good enough for Lufenia? They're trying to make him work, but I think there's a bit of a misfire here. Balthier with LD gains auras. That's great since auras are never really bad. However, Balthier has no other auras in his kit. If we take a look at say Onion Knight, when he got his rework, the level 3 versions of his Sage and Ninja buffs got party auras attached to them, as well as his EX buff granting some more auras. His soon coming LD also grants auras, but since he already has some, it's not like you're giving him new role potential, you're just upping how effective he is at something he already does. Balthier doesn't have any base auras. What's more, his niche requires enemies to buff themselves, and his extra utility requires debuffs to see any use. Lufenia bosses are more fond of giving themselves powerful auras rather than powerful buffs that you can steal, and if you only have 3 casts of Party Asuna, you need to time them well, or you may as well just bring someone with debuff immunity. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Balthier's upcoming LD. I see LDs like these unique tools and investments for the future, so my current opinion is I'm interested, but I'm not exactly impressed. The tools that Balthier brings really kinda revolve around a fight being designed around it, giving him opportunities to get stronger. In his current form though, without a potential rework nor an LD extension, it kinda feels like he's 2 in between. While the auras he gains are good, that's all he consistently has, so he's not going to be providing much else to a team unless you go into a fight that you know has buff auras to steal. And if you're treating him as a priority 1 unit, then you're already bringing in at least 1 other support, potentially giving him less buff slots that he can fill with enemy buffs, and who knows if the stolen buffs are even going to be that good. Without having an LD call, he's not even usable as an extra one-time party Asuna either. I'll throw some tickets at him, I guess, but honestly I feel like if you're looking for party Asuna and auras on an LD, Penello's the better option in terms of flexibility, and then in months from now, we get Yuna's rework in LD, and some unknown amount of time after that, we'll get Balthier's true LD release. Good luck to everyone who's going to be trying for it, and may RNG be on your side for this and all the other banners this month. Take care.